Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I am going to be showing you hands-on what the Ring app looks like and how it functions and all of its different features. In my example, I'm using an iPhone, but of course this would be about the same on an Android device. But this is the mobile phone app. And as you can see here on the home page, we've got some options. These tiles at the top, they do scroll left and right, and you can edit these and you can shift them around and just kind of move them or remove them for that matter. So we've got lights, and that will basically any of your cameras that have lights, you can quickly get to those lights and turn them on or off. I do have a floodlight camera, so that allows me to control that. You can go to the history button, and I really like this one. I usually get up every morning and I check the history from the night before just to see if there were any activities overnight. And it does show all the timestamps, all the video clips, and a description. Okay, I'm going to go back here. Neighbors, that is just what's going on in your community around you. So nothing really important there. And then, of course, just what's new and updates. Now, when you're looking at the cameras, you have two different views. You have a list view, which is what I'm on right now, or we can go to the grid view here. So this is larger. These are larger little thumbnails, and you can't see as many at one time. So it's good because it's larger, but it's bad because you can't see as many at one time. And these are refreshed. As you can see, there's a little countdown. These are refreshed every so often, depends on what your settings are. But it does quickly let you see everything almost in real time. And if I go back to the other view here, now I can see all of my small thumbnails. And this is great because I can just quickly glance through and see if anything's going on. Now, on each thumbnail, there are 3 dots in the top right corner. Those dots, if I tap them, they get you straight into some of the important settings, like the motion alerts, like if you just want to turn those on and off, just, with one touch. If your camera has a siren, which mine do, I think most all of them do actually, you can turn that siren on immediately from here. So there's no digging around. You just go to those 3 dots and you can hit the siren. This is great. Let's say you saw somebody in your driveway trying to break in your car, or somebody at your front door breaking in your house. You can quickly turn that siren on and that will scare them off. Okay, if you go to the settings, so I'm going to go into settings. This is where you can also turn motion detection and motion alerts off. You can run that siren. You can do a live view. And then we've got all these different tiles here for different features. So device settings, that's one of them. That's probably the most frequent thing I use. If I go into device settings, this is where you've got your power management, your video, your snapshot capture. I'm not going to touch on all these, but I will tell you this. Video settings, this is an important one. So this is where I do turn on infrared lights for night vision, HDR, colored night vision. I like having the live view turned on so that when I go to the camera, it just goes straight into the live view instead of the recorded footage. Okay, I've got smart video search turned on, tap camera for live view. That's actually what I was referring to, tap camera preview for live view. That way it goes straight into it. So you could also, the recording length, this is on auto, so I'm just leaving that the way it is. But your settings are in here. And another one I like to go into is general settings. And this is where you can actually give it the device name. So I've got it named Driveway, and you could change the name here. Perhaps you want to move your cameras around. And then there's different types of installations. These are little indoor cameras, and I've actually, you can put them in windows sometimes. And I do have quite a few in my windows. So if you do install it in a window, you would choose indoor, and then it would turn off the infrared if it's looking through glass. That way you don't get the reflection back. Audio settings, that's the device speaker. Privacy settings, there are privacy zones, so that's really cool. You can actually mask certain areas of the video so that they will not be recorded. Maybe you have a neighbor or just something you don't want to be in your recorded footage, and it will skip over that. Snapshot capture is important. This is where it takes a snapshot, however frequent you set it here, 3 minutes to 15 seconds. Now, it will If you're on a battery-powered camera, this can degrade the battery, use more battery. If you're plugged in, it does not matter. But it will, the shorter the amount of time, it will obviously fill up your feed more. So if you're scrolling through footage, there'll be more of it to scroll through. But honestly, that's not a problem. You get cloud storage, and it's all included for the price. So, and it's unlimited, so that's not a problem. So I've got mine on 15 seconds. That way I don't miss anything. And that's just taking a snapshot, a picture every 15 seconds when there is no motion. That's the whole point of that, is that it might capture something that could be helpful if there's not even motion to actually trigger the recording. Okay, power management. We're wired on these, but depends on your camera. Some of them have batteries, some of them are wired, and some of them have an option for a solar panel. So that's everything in there. One thing I also like to go to are the alert settings, and you can turn on familiar faces where it actually recognizes people, and then it will give a description of the person's name instead of just saying there's a person at your door. It'll say, you know, Michael is at your door, or whatever. Now, one thing I do go to is the app alert tones. Under app alert tones, you have all the different sounds. And you can actually have it where it speaks. It actually will say these words like motion at floodlight cam or motion at front. It'll play a sound with it as well. For me personally, I like it on sonar. It's a noise I can hear, but it's not overwhelming. So, and then of course you can adjust those for each individual camera where it has its own alerts, its own tones. And you've also got your motion settings here, and this is where you can adjust the zone, and you can put that any which way you want. I'll give you an example here. Let me go into my doorbell settings, and I'm going to go to motion settings here, and see, I don't want to catch my neighbor every time they go out to their car, because it would send me an alert. So I have edited my zone to where their yard is not being captured. So that comes in very handy. And on the motion, on the doorbell camera, it's got some extra settings in here for when people actually ring the doorbell. And I'll show you some more settings here. And in fact, let me just show you a live view here. So if I go to, let's say, we'll go to backyard 2. Okay, just takes a few seconds to load. And I literally just installed this camera yesterday. So this is a brand new camera. And it's got a great picture. So you've got the option. There are microphones and speakers on these cameras. So if I hit the speaker button, I can actually hear what is going on anywhere in proximity of the camera. So I can listen in outside to whatever may be happening. If I hit the microphone button, now I can actually, yeah, got some feedback there. Now I can actually speak through my phone, and it will come out of the camera speaker. So if someone is outside, I can have a conversation with them. And of course, if I see someone out there up to no good, I can speak and say, get off my property, or I can come down here to the bottom right, and I can actually hit the siren button. Now, another cool feature, these cameras have replies. So let's say it's your doorbell or a camera on the front of your house, and you've got a solicitor, you've got someone trying to sell you something, or just somebody is waiting on you. You've got all of these default messages here, like, hi, we'll be right there. Sorry, we're not interested. Have a great day. You know, it may take a moment. Please wait. Welcome. We'll be right there. So those are really cool. And there's some other ones in here as well. So you can see some of the examples. So those are really cool. That way you don't have to have a conversation. If someone is at your door selling you something, you can use a automated pre-recorded message, and they realize it's not a person. Makes things a little easier and less awkward. Now, if you go to the top right corner, hit the gear, it takes you right back into those settings we were in earlier. So there's your settings screen, event history, accessories, mode settings. Here's mode settings. It's just a little video here, and it's going to just teach you some different things here. I don't use any of that, though. That's more for like an alarm type of situation. So everything's in there. You can do linked chimes. You can actually buy an external chime or doorbell type of thing to where you can link a camera to an external doorbell, and then you can have that sitting somewhere in your home, and you don't have to rely on your phone making a noise. That'll actually make the noise. So, and then there's your smart responses we talked about earlier. So that's everything. Now, when you're on the live video feed here, let me load it one more time. If you do hit the square or turn your phone sideways, you will get a full widescreen shot. It looks really nice, and you can zoom in, no problem. You can zoom right in on anything. You can hit that red hang up button, and that will take you out of it. And anytime you hit the red hang up button, you are now in the recorded footage. So if you look right here, I'm just scrolling back, and this is where it's taking all of those snapshots, because this is not motion recording, because there is no motion other than the clouds, but it's not actually recording video at this point because there's nobody out there walking around to trigger the motion, but you do get the live, the snapshots. All right, so let me show you a different one here. Let's look at the doorbell here. So I'm going to hit the red hang up button, and it's going to now show you the preview. And see, there you go. It shows somebody at my door. So it's really good how you can just quickly go through the timeline here. It even tells you like if there's an Amazon driver at your door, a delivery person at your door. So it works really well. And you can also rearrange these things. So maybe you want to rearrange one of them, so you can just move them around. You can move the tiles just like that. Put them in whichever order that you want. So it works really well. I'm really happy with it. And I do have different cameras. I have indoor cameras. I have battery outdoor cameras. I have wired outdoor cameras. I have floodlight cameras. And I have doorbell cameras. And there's also links in the video description where you can purchase these Ring cameras. They do work really well. And I will also tell you that it's $5 per month for one camera, or $10 a month for basically unlimited cameras. So it's a great deal. $5 a month one, or $10 a month for as many as you want. And that includes all of the unlimited storage in the cloud. So if anybody does steal a camera, no harm, because all of the footage is stored in the cloud, not on the camera. So check out the video links if you're interested in buying one of these cameras. I do highly recommend them. And if you don't pay for a subscription, you can still use the camera. However, you will not be able to watch any recorded footage. They will just be for live view only. If you have any questions, post those in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.